All right, the XBA is back, and we have the Season 5 finale here. A lot of teams still alive for the playoffs. These two teams in particular, Vancouver and Pittsburgh. The Vortex are on the outs currently. They slumped in March and the beginning of April, so they are behind the 8 ball here. Got to pick up a win at Pittsburgh, but Pittsburgh is sitting pretty right now. They're hanging around there, around that 8 seed. It's kind of a jam-packed leaderboard in the Eastern Conference. But right now, we got Vancouver on the road up 5. We are nearing halftime. Karl Anthony Towns for 2, and then again, trying to get on the board. He's going to draw it to within 1. There's a LaBelle for 3. He will miss, and we're going to go into halftime here. We're going pretty fast. Got a lot of games to get through. 49-48, LaBelle with 12, and Ross has 8 right now. There's Joe Beck, and my controller batteries are low. Beck gets blocked. He picks up his own block and still drains it. This guy looks pretty promising right now. Joe Beck, rookie. Here's Covington with a steal and a big dunk, up by 6 right now. Towns again is cleaning up inside. 2-point game right now. We got a miss and the rebound, and then inside, that'll be Max Ross. Still 1-point game. Bagley's going to get stripped, and then Miles Bridges gets defended by Leonard, but he still gets an easy look there, and the foul. It's kind of an awkward play. Pittsburgh takes the lead, 98-97 right now. Bol is starting to take over this game right now. He's going to get fouled by Bagley, and Vancouver, they're just a little bit too young, I think. This is a game that, more or less, I think they needed. Pittsburgh, a little more room for error, but Pittsburgh, big win for the Paladins. It's a team that's been close over the years, and they are trying to get back into the postseason. Bol 21-10. Max Ross had a very good game as well. You see Beck off of the bench. Was 5 of 14 for 16 points. So a good game there for Vancouver. Let's see some results here. Stampede get back up to 500. Chill beat the Sting. Columbus with a 3-point win. Columbus no lock yet for the playoffs. Arrows get a big win over the Fly Guys. Bandits over Atlanta. The Jacks lose a tough one against Chicago. Miami is not looking great right now at 36-30. The Stags are playing really, really good basketball. And look at that. Holy crap. 165-112. Juan Argueta scored 52 points. The Neptunes scored 51 in the fourth quarter. Kawhi Leonard 35, Lillard 30. I just had to see this box score because this might be an XBA record for points scored in a game. 165. I've never seen that before. I've seen 140, I've seen 150. I remember Nashville had a big game a few years ago. BC Chicago has clinched their playoff spot right now. All those teams are looking pretty good, but you see towards the bottom, New York at 36-29 occupies the 8th spot. Miami is half game out. Washington at 2 games out of 8th, and then Pittsburgh 2 games out. Detroit and Jacksonville are hanging around, but they are definitely running out of games. And then you see the Western Conference. You got Phoenix, Denver, New Orleans, LA, California, Alaska, Kansas City, and St. Louis. Just don't go away. St. Louis is an 8th. San Diego, Seattle, Vancouver still alive, but they are now a game out. Houston 2 games out with 5 left to play alongside Las Vegas, and then you got San Jose, who I don't think San Jose's got enough time. But we will see. They could get hot. You never know. Now, this is a huge game in the Western Conference towards the bottom of that playoff race. Seattle's been kind of a quiet franchise over the last 3 seasons. They made the postseason the first 2 years of our series, but they have not really put a big season together since. You know, they've been kind of in that peripheral range, and they haven't executed in April when it counts. They've always been a fringe playoff team. But you got a team in St. Louis here. St. Louis has never missed the playoffs. 4 straight years they've been to the postseason. They need to continue that streak. But there's a lot of teams at the bottom of that Western Conference. Right now, we have Buddy Mayer locking things up. It'll be 44 all. Right now, Seattle getting outshot quite a bit, but still a tie game. Jurgis Levanauskas will score. I can't believe we're seeing him score. It's been so long. 67-67. We get a deep 2 there by Phoenix Wah. Seattle has the lead, and James Tashi for 3. You know he can dish it out, but he'll shoot it once in a while, and it looks pretty good doing it. Phoenix Wah 4-3. St. Louis back on top, 78-77. We get a steal with about a minute left in the fourth. And then going inside with the foul, Leo Guerrero. Seconds left in the game, and another steal. This time it'll be Andrew Pierre with the takeaway. And inside Obama and Porzingis with a huge block. Going the other way right now. Maxey is trying to get inside. He will, and he will score. 24 seconds. St. Louis chewing some clock. Porzingis on defense, and he's going to maul Phoenix. No, that's KJ Summers right there. And Porzingis is going to foul out. That's huge. 18 seconds left. Tashi trying to make something work, and he will miss. 15 seconds left of the game. Seattle will take this one. Sorry, St. Louis will take this one. 85-79. Martians with another tough loss where it's kind of like you don't know if they're going to get this thing in gear for the rest of this year. I was kind of hoping they could make the playoffs. I'd like to see them make a little bit more noise, but they're not getting it done. The Neon are going to drop a very winnable game against the Peppers. You see the Neptunes are still on fire. Vortex lose again. The Chill get a big win to further their playoff ambitions. Dragons get the easy win over the Fly Guys. Leopards over the Cyclones. That's a tough one for San Diego. Sting lose. Houston wins, so Houston needed that one in a big way. And then the Stampede are like really putting something together. They are kind of hot right now. Montreal gets a big win there. The Jacks stay alive by upsetting Wisconsin. The Vortex knock off the Basket Hounds. Phoenix is a team I haven't really shown Phoenix. I had a game for them against Pittsburgh, kind of a rematch, but I ran out of time. I didn't want to edit it for the previous video, but Phoenix, I've only shown them once this year, I think. But right now, because I've already got the playoff bid locked up, they're not going to be seen in this video. So kind of unfortunate for the Phoenix fans out there. It's just the way the schedule worked out, I guess. So we're looking here. The Jacks are still 2 games out with 4 left to play, as well as San Jose. So there's still plenty of teams alive there in the bottom of the Western Conference. And the upper crust of the Eastern Conference, I feel like they're separating themselves. But you see New York, they're at 36-30. They're going to be tied with Miami. Pittsburgh a game back, and then Washington 2 games back. So Washington's going to need a miracle here down the stretch to pull this thing off. Now, we have a game here that could be an elimination game. I don't know. Miami's got a couple more games left to play, but Houston needs this desperately here at home. Got to defend the home court against a Miami squad that a lot of people thought were going to finish in the top 4 in the East, and they have not pulled this thing off yet. Gilgeous-Alexander, Tatum, and Sabonis. And that's good. And Donovan Mitchell. And that's good enough for a 36-30 record. So you talk about disappointing. You talk about coaching moves in the offseason. I know they got their head coach from Kansas Jayhawks, but he's underachieving, and you got to be realistic here. Miami should be a playoff team, but the Eastern Conference is stacked, and we'll see if Miami can survive and retool free agency if indeed they do miss the playoffs. But Houston, on the other hand, that D'Angelo Russell trade, as we see Russell here going to the lane, easy 2 there. I don't know if it's really helped them out too much. I mean, they have to be better, but they haven't really moved the needle as far as the record goes. They're kind of in the same spot where they were when they acquired him in terms of their standing in the Western Conference. So it didn't quite make the huge impact. But who knows? Maybe they would be eliminated by now without Russell. Maybe Russell can propel them into that 8 spot with a couple more good games here. 70-66 right now. And Kozlov is going to get blocked. CJ McCollum gets it back. Eklund off the glass. It's going to miss. Hardaway with the rebound. So the second unit for Miami has kind of hurt them this year. They haven't been very sharp. And you'll see that with our stats at the end of the video. End of season stats. But, Pearl was supposed to kind of solidify that defense at the big man position. But 84-76, Gilgeous-Alexander will score. Miami's still hanging around. 86-80. Tatum's going to force one. Rebound for Patrick Williams. He finds Jalen Green for 2 with the miss, and then Portis with the easy tap in right now. 8-point deficit for Miami. Sabonis will get the and 1 here if he can make it, and he won't. So 94-88, minute and a half left to go. Eklund, Sabonis fell asleep on defense, and Eklund makes him pay. And the Houston Lawmen get the W. That's a backbreaker for Miami. Got about 3 games left to go. Not a good outing here, especially in the fourth quarter. Offense kind of seized up right there. Colin Sexton had 30 in this one. Tatum with 20. Donovan Mitchell nowhere to be really seen there with 10 points only and 7 shots. So here are a couple more games we simmed ahead. Stampede over the Tempo by 10. Jacks beat the Fly Guys. Colliers they just fell apart. That was disappointing for them. Darius Garland for Isaac, not really working. Cyclones get a huge win over the Sting as well. All right, Storm Center. We have St. Louis versus San Diego. 10-7 right now in the early going. San Diego will score. So St. Louis kind of needs this one. San Diego needs this one. Both teams clearly running out of time to defend that 8 seed right now. 45-39. It'll be 6-point lead. We got 45 seconds. And then an easy dunk there. 47-39. We get Westbrook a little bit off kilter. Falls into his bench. And San Diego's looking good here. 50-39. Phoenix Wild with 13. Westbrook with 12. 78-67 right now. Third quarter winding down. And Looney versus Mayer. Looney is going to win that one pretty easily. And then Cauley Stein, the deadline acquisition here, is really short up that power forward center spot for San Diego on the bench. And here's Justice Bettis, one of your top rookies in the XBA. Gets an easy 2 there. And San Diego, we had a quick one here. This was an ugly win, or an ugly loss for St. Louis. 19-point win for the Cyclones. The Cyclones now should move ahead for now in the Western Conference, or I think they're tied. We'll get the standings here in a second. Phoenix Wild with 22. Not enough in this one. We're going to simulate April 7th and 8th here. So we're going to get closer to that end of the season. See the Dragons knocking off Miami right there. So another really bad loss for the Night Owls. Neptunes eke out a win against the Martians. Seattle's probably done now. Vortex definitely out with a loss there to Columbus. And we check out the results from the other day, from the previous day here. Just checking those out. The Neon over the Chill. That's a big one. Houston does beat Denver. The Jacks beat Chicago. So the Jacks are hanging around, still alive. California has clinched. Alaska's clinched. And then the Stampede, who came on really, really strong there, 4-7, have clinched. So we have basically 4 teams alive for one spot. Seattle's just about done here. So Vegas, Houston, St. Louis, and San Diego fighting for one final spot. Night Owls 2 games back with 2 left to play, and then the Washington Founders are eliminated. So Miami, that's the big thing to keep an eye on. They are definitely running out of time. I don't think they're going to get this one done. But Montreal Columbus here. This is a clincher game right here. Winner doesn't have to worry about whatever Pittsburgh does if indeed they do lose out and become at risk for that playoff seed. So the winner is in. And it could be a nice little playoff preview right here as we have Trevor Kelly scoring. Beats Andrew Donovan inside. Lukas Samanic is going to push one in for a 3-ball. So 51-45 right now. There's Blackman. He's looking to get some all-XBA honors in some variety. Could be a second or third teamer at point guard. That'd be big honors, for a second-year player like Jerome Blackman. I think Montreal. Whoa, oh my God. What is that? Look at this. Zion Williamson going around the world here. And no help defensively there from Rudy Gobert. Wow. I cannot believe what I just saw. But, again, as I was saying, a good find there for Jerome Blackman and Montreal. It's a match made in heaven as he hits a 3 right before halftime, and Montreal's over 50% here, 56-47. We'll see if they can hang on to this lead. Columbus, I would feel really bad for the Basket Hound faithful if they miss out on the postseason. But here is Zion Williamson. He is trying to get his team back into this thing. Still a pretty healthy lead here for Montreal, but Williamson scores. It's down to 4, and we get a block by Harrell. And then Williamson, is he going to take it in? No, he's going to kick out to Hero. Williamson cleans it up, misses. Kind of an easy look right there. And the deficit's going to stand at 4. Here is Blackman. He's going to hit the deck and score. It'll be 87-81 pending the free throw. And Blackman knocks it down. So we have right now a 5-point lead. Montreal with the ball with 30 seconds. Ball will sail out of bounds. Nice block by Zion. Can he keep his guys in this thing? Hayward's going to miss. And Colvin has a wide open look. And he will score. 92-89. Blackman goes to the line after the foul. Blackman will hit the second. Make this thing a 2-score game. 93-89. Here's Tomislav Lankar. We haven't seen much of him. The free agent Euro edition out of Bosnia. And he knocks that one down for 3. So clutch shot for the Euro free agents here. Montreal up by 2. Romeo Langford, he's been really, really good this year for Montreal. He will miss the second. And Columbus burns that final timeout. 12 seconds left. Lankar finding Zion, and he dunks over over Blackman. 94 all. Blackman with the game winner. He will miss that one. And guys, we're going to overtime. Remember, the winner clinches a playoff berth. Both teams probably safe no matter what happens, but worst case scenario, they can miss the playoffs right here. So, Harold, this one's going out of bounds. 101-100. Lankar out of bounds again. We get 101-100 still. 30 seconds. Lankar blocked. PJ Washington is going to corral it. Montreal looking to take the lead. Blackman gets pickpocketed right there by Zion Williamson as he's going inside. And then Lankar is going to miss the free throw. Let's go, buddy. He's going to miss the second. So after a huge three-pointer, he's choking right now. He's choking in overtime. It's too big. It's too big. 101-100. Great block by Zion Williamson, and he is just taking over this game. You got to give the guy some props here. About 16 seconds left. Hero, if he can knock his free throws down, they're going to be sitting pretty right now. But it is still a 3-point game. And we have Blackman taking it down the court. Let's see if he can get a good look here, and he's going to throw up a wild shot there. No good. And with 7 seconds left to go, 105-100. Basket Hounds clinch their playoff berth here in the Eastern Conference. So good stuff there for the Basket Hounds. All right, 30 and 17 for Zion. Great game. Definitely your MVP right there. Like, they don't come back in the fourth quarter without him. They don't hold on in overtime without him. He is the straw that stirs the drink, as that popular saying goes. All right, Houston sitting at 33 and 35. The Power are out of this thing right now. They, a big injury. Rondé Russell, he's finally back in the lineup, but they missed Russell and Machado Rainford, and they just were not able to hold on. They were in a pretty good spot at the beginning of the previous video, and ever since then, it just hasn't really come to fruition. You're looking at guys like Bradley Beal. You wonder if maybe he's going to leave Detroit, maybe go to a different contender, but Houston is still alive. I mean, if they lose this, they're basically going to be done. They have to make up some ground here on St. Louis and San Diego, but you never know. And right now, they're going to go down by 2. They're down by 6 right now with 3:50 left, just about. Eklund is going to foul out, so this thing is not looking good for Houston. They're going to have to win their final 2 to really have a chance here. And it looks like Detroit might be putting them away. Bertans at least gets the rebound, so it's only a 7-point game, so they can get this done. They're going to have to maybe drain some threes, or that works too. Foul and the and one. Great pass by OJ Cooper, the rookie. See Detroit playing a lot of their younger guys like Oubre, no LaMarcus Aldridge in this one. He's probably done for his XBA career. So we're looking at a 107-98 game. Russell trying to keep his guys alive. Back down to a 5-point lead. Russell scores. Rondé Russell scores. Portis gets the rebound. He at least gets to the line. Right now, 109-105. Wingate scores. Down to a 2-point game. Detroit trying to end their season on a high note. Brandon Ingram slams it down to go up by 4 with 30 seconds. Nice kick out there to Sexton, but no good. Kind of a sharp looking pass, but doesn't amount to anything. And the Detroit Power are going to win this one. Houston knocked out of playoff contention with the loss there on the road. It was a tall order for Houston, and they just couldn't quite get it done. How about O.J. Cooper, your leading scorer with 20 points? Ingram had a double-double. A lot of love going around there on the Detroit side. Sexton with 22 in the losing effort. All right, we have another game here. Winner will clinch. New York, Tampa Bay at the Tank. Both teams 38-30. Both teams at risk of getting knocked out by the Pittsburgh Paladins should Pittsburgh win their final 2 games. And we have Kyrie Irving getting the sting on the board. 3-2 right now. CJ Kemmerly, defended by Alvarez. Not going to matter there. 28-25. Jai Crowder will get that one to go. Gallinari with the foul. He doesn't like that, but it's 31-29. Here's Kennedy Alvarez inside. Lays it in to tie this thing up. Kemmerly to Kemmerly. And CJ is going to knock it down. He's looking very, very good so far in this game. We got a tie ball game right now, and Lederman might be the biggest steal in this home draft for Tampa Bay, getting him in the 2nd round. And he is making a difference on that bench. 64-58 right now. Nas Dunstan is going to beat Andre Drummond. That's a good matchup for the center spot. Of course, we get a 3-ball by Kemmerly. He's feeling it. Drummond's going to tip it in. New York coming back in this one. Late 3rd. Kyrie will miss. Kennedy Alvarez picks it up. Misses. Picks it up again. And scores. And now we got an 8-point lead. 3-ball by Colton Kemmerly is good. 6-point difference right now, and then Nas will score to push it back to 8. Kemmerly will hit that one for 2. That'll be a miss, cleaned up by Nas Dunstan. Kennedy Alvarez taking it inside, fires it into Nas Dunstan, hits the ground there. Kari Lyons with the foul. Nas Dunstan's going to knock a couple of those down. 90-81 right now, and that's Kari Lyons on the other end picking up the foul. 7-point game. That's a beautiful pass by Kyrie Irving. Shakir Nader, also one of the top rookies this season, starting at power forward for this Tampa Bay team. Tampa Bay was a team that was really good at the beginning of this series, and they, kind of like Seattle, the last couple of years have been pretty mediocre for this squad. They've made a couple roster moves, like adding, Draymond Green and Gallinari, and a couple of good draft picks like Alvarez and Nader, and this is where they're at. Nas Dunstan, also a great draft pick for Tampa Bay, so the Sting should clinch with this victory, and now the Neon are still exposed. They are still going to be on their heels. They're going to close against SoCal. So that's the good news for New York. Get to play the SoCal Supernovas. This iteration of that team is one of the worst teams in XBA history. Let's simulate through the rest of April 9th. The Colliers beat the Bandits. So the Bandits at 39-30. They're looking okay, though. Cyclones lose to the Riptide. That's a big-time loss. And then the Jacks hold on against the Stags by 1. Arrows beat the Bruisers. So the Arrows still alive right there. Night Owls beat the Summit, but not sure that's going to matter in the grand scheme of things. Atlanta disappointing. Neptunes continue to stay on fire. 116-95 win. Leopards beat the Vortex. So let's look at the Eastern Conference standings here. Columbus clinched with their victory. Tampa Bay should be, by all intents and purposes, clinched there as the 5 seed, according to my simulation that I tried out. Montreal down there at 6, Wisconsin 7, and New York 8. So Pittsburgh with 2 games left. Pittsburgh winning out is the only way that this thing is going to happen. Miami still a game out, so I guess they are technically alive, but they're going to need some help. Not too much changing there in the Western Conference, although New Orleans is threatening for the number 1 overall seed, along with LA. And then you have San Diego, Vegas, and St. Louis all tied there. So we have a huge game here for Pittsburgh. Paladins need this one. Kansas City doesn't really need this one. Kansas City already clinching, but they are still playing for seeding. And, you don't really want the 7th seed if you can avoid it. I'd rather, get the 5. But we'll see if they come to play today on the road. Right now it's tied as we are nearing halftime. Roscoe Nedorovich going to miss. Myron Bones cleans it up right there. Looking to take the lead here. Finds Morant. Morant will score. 38-36. AJ Creighton for 3 right before the half. He'll miss. So Pittsburgh, playing tight. A little tight so far, 38 and 36, 40% from the field. Good defense by both teams. Just some of their calling cards on each side of the floor here. 53-48. The roll is going to go through for Bruce. It might have been Max Ross. I get those guys mixed up. It's hard to tell the difference. Miles Bridges will miss. Cameron Reddish, no. Luka Doncic. Kansas City up by 5. And Holiday will score. The trade acquisition there. Holiday. All right. Dinwiddie scores. Gets the foul. It's going to be 62-56 right now. Look at that block by Bol. Establishing his presence right there. Finding Dinwiddie inside, and Dinwiddie's going to score. He's got that veteran moxie. He's been here forever. One of the leading scorers today for Pittsburgh, but a nice 3-ball by Anunoby. And right now, 65-58. Roscoe going to miss again. Always want to see Roscoe do more than he actually does. I feel like he could be a lot better. You know, his rookie campaign with Baltimore and then this here in Pittsburgh, I just haven't quite seen it out of him. Got to show me a little bit more. We get a miss here. Kansas City up by 7. Bol with 120. He's going to get to the line. Luka with his 4th foul. He's going to have to be careful the rest of the way. 79-72. Bol again scoring. Adding Bogu to Luka, and Doncic is going to miss. That's a huge miss right there. Pittsburgh still alive, down by 5, and look who it is again. It's going to be Bol, of course, slamming it down. Here's Morant, up by 3. Oliver Grimes, it's going to get blocked. Bol, 20 seconds, got the timeout. Dinwiddie fires it into Towns, and he'll score. It's a very risky pass right there. Towns was blanketed. Morant's going to go up to the line after the foul. Got under 18 seconds. Morant going to make both. Still 3-point game. Anything can happen. Roscoe. Oh, he has his foot inside the line. He got a green. But it's only going to be for 2. So Morant going to get back to the line. 81-80. He'll miss the first. Things looking dicey. Pittsburgh fans on their feet, trying to will their guys in. They need this game or else they are donezo. Dinwiddie. Got about 10 seconds. Who's he going to look for? Oh, it's going to be Bol, of course, for the tie. And good. Anunoby's going to throw it into Luka. Luka, he can hit these, or is he going to pass it? Luka's going to fire it. No good. We are going to overtime, guys, for the second time in this video. More footage that I have to edit and commentate. I love it. Oliver Grimes gets the rebound. 84-84 right now. We got 2 minutes left in the overtime period. Finds Anunoby in another green. So Kansas City feeling it from downtown here. 87-84. Bol. This is a tough matchup for Oliver Grimes to handle. He's more of the offensive kind of guy. And Bowles just has... He's got at least a good foot on him. I'm pretty sure of that. And then Dinwiddie, Morant's going to fly in and commit the foul. Hartenstein gets the rebound on the missed free throw. We got 120. Luka. He's worming his way around. He's taking on Roscoe, and Roscoe gets a block. So that's kind of what you want to see out of Roscoe. Well-balanced offense and defense. Bol scores again. What do you know? And then inside it's going to be Towns with a huge block. That's what he does, man. He's been the heart and soul of this Pittsburgh franchise. And it looks like Pittsburgh's going to take this one unless something crazy happens. And that could be that something crazy right there. 2-ball for Luka is good. And it's going to be Towns going to the line. And, of course, he's going to throw up a brick on that first attempt. 96-94. Towns, again, will at least make this one. We got 14 seconds, three-pointer for the tie. Definitely think you go for the tie here. Morant's just going to fire it from Steph Curry range, and he will miss. So with 7 seconds left in the game, Pittsburgh will win and survive going into the final day of the season. So they needed this one, and they got this one. Bol with 30 and 9, Dinwiddie 20 points, Towns with 20 boards in this overtime game. So Pittsburgh's going to close out on the road against New York. So it's going to come down to that one. Kansas City's going to drop to the 7th seed. You got San Diego, Vegas, and St. Louis fighting for that last spot. Montreal, Wisconsin, New York, and Pittsburgh all still alive there. So this is the final day. Dawn of the final day right here. Get a Detroit-Houston rematch, but this is the big game. San Diego, St. Louis. If St. Louis wins, they're in. If San Diego wins, they need Vegas to lose. And if Vegas wins with a San Diego win, then Vegas gets in. So that's the scenario that we're looking at. Vegas is going to close out against Honolulu. Disappointing Honolulu team this season. And the Neon, if they win, they're in over SoCal. If the Neon lose to SoCal, Pittsburgh must win against New York. So that's the situation there. Kind of a pretty wild scenario. So who thought we would see a meaningful game here in Anaheim between SoCal and New York? I didn't think we were going to show SoCal in this video, but it's an elimination game. Not quite, but it's a gotta have it kind of game. SoCal they're playing the young guys here today for sure. You're going to see a lot of Elijah Cruz, Brady Dye, a lot of Cameron Ranger, a lot of DJ Webb. This team that really is looking forward to next year, looking forward to the draft especially. And they kind of sold out to get Chris Paul a couple years ago. They lose John Collins to free agency, so it's just been a tough ride for SoCal this season. I'm sure things will turn around in the next 2 years. But New York is a team that if they get in the postseason, I could see this team doing some damage. I mean, they got a lot of good veteran leadership with guys like Drummond and Tobias Harris. But most importantly, they have the scorer in CJ Kemmerly. But that's a big thing. You got to get there first. And right now, SoCal is coming to play. 3-ball no good by Kemmerly right before the half. SoCal is going to take the lead in the halftime. DJ Webb with 13 points. Right now, they're up by 3. Brady Dye is getting bullied inside by Zach Collins. We get a strip, though. Elijah Cruz going to lose it. And Dylan Windler is not going to offer up any kind of defense on Kemmerly. And look at that dunk. Huge dunk by Kemmerly. Goes with that two-handed slam right there. New York's in the lead. Brady Dye gets the rebound. He's a defensive guy. He's been a little bit of a underwhelming presence in the XBA, but he does have a role on this team. Drummond going to score, so the Neon starting to get some separation. Kemmerly's going to have Ranger leave his feet, and then Bryant will commit the foul. So we got about 2 minutes left. Pretty decent lead here for New York. Marcus Bryant is fighting every step of the way. He's not going to quit until the season's officially over. And you see great defense again by Marcus Bryant. He is one of the best centers in the XBA. Doesn't get a ton of recognition playing out here in Anaheim. A lot of meaningless games down the stretch for SoCal. But he's a presence. He's a presence. I look for him to do some big things next year. Kemmerly will get the 2 to go up by 3. He's got 37 in this game, and what is that little dance? It's part and parcel, though. This is what he does. You know, he's very arrogant, but it gets the team riled up. As you see here, Tobias Harris feeding off of that energy. 91-86. Drummond will commit the foul there. Still 3-point game, and the roll is no good. Bryant will find Culver. Jarrett Culver's might have a look here. Gets it to Clayton Bazemore. DJ Webb for 3, and he nails it. So SoCal trying to play spoiler here. We got 1 second left on the clock, and the game winner no good for New York, and we will end 4 quarters tied at 91. So we're back into overtime for the 3rd time today in this video. A lot of high stakes games. Conley 4-3 nails it. DJ Webb's going to miss this one. Conley corrals the rebound. So you want the veteran Conley out here. He's been here before. And CJ Kemmerly going to throw it down. 5-point lead with about a minute left. We get a steal for Culver. He's going to find Clayton Bazemore, who gets it off the glass. The easy roll. 3 points. Back to that 1-score game. But Kemmerly 4-2 gets the and 1. 6 points. DJ Webb. Things getting desperate here for SoCal. He will miss that one. And Bryant's going to foul. And New York Neon are going to clinch this one. And unfortunately for Pittsburgh fans, they will knock out the Paladins. So a tough one for Pittsburgh. They can tie New York with a win, but New York will own the tiebreaker over the Paladins. Tough one for Pittsburgh. I know they were looking forward to maybe making another run in the postseason, but the Neon will get in this year. DJ Webb was your top guy, but when you got Kemmerly dropping 46, this is what happens, okay? You got to watch out for this team in the postseason. They should be locking up the 8 or 7 seed. We will see the full field here shortly after this game. And then if San Diego wins, we'll have the Las Vegas and Honolulu game. But St. Louis, if they win, they clinch, no matter what Vegas does. And I'm sure most of the XBA fans are pulling for San Diego here because, you know, we've seen this dog and pony show here before with the St. Louis Arrows always getting a bottom 4 seed in the Western Conference typically, and typically seeing an early exit. But they did have the one season in year 2 where they made it all the way to the XBA Finals. So this core of players, though, is very steady, very respectable. They play good defense. They're deep. So that's what you have to like about St. Louis if they do get in. If San Diego gets in, you got a guy like Westbrook who can put the whole team on his back and take care of business. But you saw Levanauskas with the 3. So this is much rumored Jurgis Levanauskas actually making shots, because every highlight we ever show of him, he's usually missing shots. He's actually coming to play here in this video down the stretch. The 3rd time that we've had St. Louis in this video. They've had a lot of crucial games down the stretch. So if they can beat San Diego here, it'll all have been worth it. 61-56, Cauley Stein 4-2. Keeps the Cyclones in this thing. Josh Hart, wide open look for 3 with a miss. And then Randall scores. Make it a 6-point lead, and transition defense not quite getting home here for San Diego. Westbrook for 3. His shots aren't quite dropping here late. It'll be 70-62. And then a green splash by Randall from downtown. So it's an 8-point game right now. Basley inside gets the and 1. Keeping San Diego in this thing. Randall will foul out, so big loss there. But when you got Pierre, Nasir Little coming off the bench, this is kind of what St. Louis has. They got some good depth here, some good size. Phoenix Waugh trying to get his guys back to this postseason. And a 3-ball no good for St. Louis. It'll be 81-75. Here is Bettis for 3. He had a look. Not going to drain that one. Bamba corrals the rebound. Buddy Mayer has Waugh, and Waugh turns his guy around. Beats Basley. 2:20 left. Westbrook knocks down the 2. Artie St. Patrick hits the deck. Gets the and 1 with 1:51 left here. It's going to be 83-79. If he can make this free throw, make it 80 points. 85-82 right now. There's Waugh. So teams here trading blows back and forth. A 2-ball, no good, but Looney slams it down. So we got 3-point game right here. And Nasir Little, uncontested. St. Louis in the driver's seat. 3-ball by Westbrook. Good. And you want to see Westbrook knock those kinds of shots down. That's what he does. They're going to kick it out to Waugh, and the foul will go against Bettis. So we still have 13 seconds. They still need another foul here to get to the line. Looks like Bettis is going to track down Phoenix Waugh again. So Phoenix Waugh can be the hero here for the Arrows, and he'll miss the first. It's getting dicey. Phoenix Waugh. No good. Basley hauls it in. We got 10 seconds left. Westbrook's got to take the shot. He is going for the win. He's going for the win, guys. Westbrook. No. Too far out. Thank you, 2K. Don't run a play. Don't get closer to the basket. Just take that shot. You know. Unfortunate, but that's what we have to deal with down the stretch. St. Louis, to the dismay of XBA fans almost everywhere, will get the 8th seed. They clinch with the victory, and they have made the playoffs now for the 5th year in a row. They're the only team to make the playoffs every single season. So take that as it may. You know, San Jose made it 3 consecutive years. That was the longest streak there. St. Louis beats that by 2. All right, our MVP, no question about it, will be Anthony Davis. Shamon Hargrove, no question about it, Rookie of the Year. 21-8 in his rookie season. He was one of the league leaders in scoring. Played a lot of minutes for that expansion team. Andrew Pierre gets 6th Man of the Year, 6 boards, 3 assists to go with 12 points. Can't deny him those honors. Anthony Davis, no question, Defensive Player of the Year. And then our most improved player, you saw him right there, Stanislav Floka. And some of that was probably an extension of him getting more minutes. He only scored 4 points, but he had 7 rebounds with 3 assists. So he's kind of a facilitator and a defensive player for Cincinnati. And then Mason Yee gets coach of the year. Pretty sure he's a coach of Phoenix. I know Monty Williams is no longer there after winning the championship. All right, Luka Doncic, CJ Thomas, Giannis, Malik Jones, and Anthony Davis. That's what I love to see right there, man. Love to see our guys crack the first team all XBA. And then our second teamers, we have Steph Curry, Harden, Shamon Hargrove, a rookie. Second team all XBA. So you know that means Hargrove is going to have an insane future in this league of what's left of it. Third team will have Blackman, Morant, Zion, Rimes Porter, and Embiid. That's what we're looking at here. We're going to unveil the bracket here right after this. All defensive first team will be Marcus Smart, Alejandro Sanchez, Giannis, Kawhi, and Anthony Davis. So no shockers there. Second team was Murray, Edwards, Jaren Jackson, Shakir Nader, and Mitchell Robinson. So again, no huge surprise there either. Interested to see the rookie first team. We had a great class this year. Shamon Hargrove, Marcel McFly, Shakir Nader, Preston Burnside, and Kari Lyons. The first team all XBA right there for the rookies. And then our second teamers, we had Calvin Hobbs, Daniel Rudd, Justice Bettis, Claytius Nash, and Juan Bautista Larrazabal. Good stuff out of the rookies this season for sure. And we see the bracket here, guys. Phoenix, St. Louis, Denver, Alaska, New Orleans, California, LA, KC, Chicago, Wisconsin, Columbus, Tampa, New York, Montreal, and Toronto, New York. That's what we're looking at, guys. I really think it's anybody's XBA finals right here. I'm not counting anybody out, not pegging anybody as a favorite, but we'll return to that shortly. Las Vegas did win their final game. They won their final 5, but they're going to lose out on the tiebreaker to St. Louis at 35-35. And then the Cyclones had a chance there. They would have lost out to Las Vegas, provided Vegas didn't win. But, yeah, tough way to go for San Diego. Then you see Houston, Seattle, and Vancouver. I like Vancouver heading into next year. I think it was just 1 year too soon for them. But they did taste that playoff competition down the stretch. They were involved in the mix. Nashville, I mean, it's going to depend if they can re-sign Kevin Durant, if they're going to make a comeback. We'll see how that goes. And SoCal at 20-50 with a negative 10-point differential. One of the worst teams in XBA history, no doubt about it. Lost their last 9 in a row. Hopefully they'll make some moves in free agency, but we'll see how that goes in the offseason. Eastern Conference, Chicago gets the 1 seed. Toronto, New York finished 1 game out. Columbus was 2 games out. Montreal, Tampa, and then we had, who's my 7th seed? New York, Neon, and they're going to give the 8th seed to Wisconsin. So that's a very dangerous 8th seed, finishing 4 games behind Chicago with Embiid and James Harden. Paladins 38-32, Night Owls 38-32, negative point differential for Miami, not good enough. Washington I thought was pretty solid all year, but just not quite enough. I mean, Eastern Conference was absolutely the dominant conference in the XBA this year. Even Jacksonville, Detroit were not bad teams at all. Kentucky not a bad team either, 32-38. Atlanta, your defending XBA champions, finished 31-39. And then towards the bottom, you had Cincinnati, Philly. I don't know what happened in Philadelphia. Only minus 1.9 point per game differential, but they finished 26-44. So you talk about a sophomore slump right there. Philadelphia Bruisers were it. And then the Fly Guys finished 22-48. 9-26 at home. Somebody tell me how that happens. They lost their final 8 games. So our points scoring leader was Anthony Davis. Malik was second, 24.9. He had Morant, Durant, Kemmerly, Booker, Cole Anthony took that huge step this year. Damian Lillard at 22.6, Tatum 22.6, Curry 22.6. Hargrove finished 12th in the league in scoring at 21.8. So, you see Porzingis was really good. CJ Thomas had 21 to go with 6.6 assists per game. Marcus Anthony sharing the rock with Malik Jones, 18th. Wyatt Price was your 19th. St. Patrick and Argata. So pretty nice run there for our custom guys. You see Blackman up there as well. D'Angelo Russell, pretty good since being acquired by Houston, but it just wasn't quite enough. Giannis only finished in 28th in points per game this year. Malachi Hendricks is 32nd with 18. Wayne Cartwright, 18 points per game. McFly finished 35th this year. Donovan Mitchell, a little disappointing, was only 17 per game. Tyler Walsh had a good sophomore campaign, 16.8. Garland was good. Rondé Russell. I got my eye on Rondé Russell. He could be one of those guys that really takes a big leap forward. He had Mason Hendricks, 46th. Romeo Langford was 50th. Preston Burnside, 51st in points per game. Machado Rainford had 15.7. And I did forget to take his badge total down. I took care of that in the offseason. But yeah, I definitely wanted that. I definitely gave him too many badges, but that's okay. Reddish, Meladon, Sobchak, Porter, DeAndre Ayton had a great year, 15 and 12.4. I mean, Ayton was a difference maker for sure for the Toronto Stags. You see Sal Boss up there as well. Simmons finished 68th. Tyler Hero, 69th. All right, the top rebounders, he had Capella, Drummond, Ayton. Marcus Bryant was 4th in the league in boards per game. Anthony Davis, Towns. DeAndre Jordan, big acquisition for sure. He scored 1.6 points per game. That's incredible. So at this stage in his career, he's not taking any shots at all. I mean, their philosophy in Carolina was dish it out to Burnside and Anthony, and the philosophy in New York, dish it out to Marcus Anthony, Malik Jones, Alonzo Ball, and let them shoot it. Even if you're standing under the basket, throw it outside and have them shoot a 3-ball. I think that's the philosophy. So you see a couple more of our custom guys there, like Tashi, Sanchez, Versace, CJ Thomas, our top assist guy. Blocks per game, I thought this might be kind of interesting. Anthony Davis was your leader with 2 per game, but not far behind Jin Hao and Shakir Nader. So you see that's why Nader was one of the top defensive players. Jin Hao making a difference for California. They're finally getting back to the postseason. I think he played a massive part in that. And I wanted to check out the plus minus. Our biggest plus minus losers, mostly going to belong to SoCal. But this one caught my eye. Artem Kozlov at minus 332. That could be the reason that the Night Owls missed. You see Hardaway and Kozlov, and that second unit for Miami might have cost them because they gave up a lot of points on the bench. So checking out our, I did reduce that to 25. Our rookie report: Hargrove, McFly, Burnside, Machado, Rainford, Bettis, and Rothable. Top point scorers: Nader, Lyons. Jamison Kendrick had a very good year. He did take kind of a back seat, obviously, when James Harden came into town, but he might step up and start at shooting guard next year because Harden might be a rental for sure. So you have Javon Kendrick, had 10 points with 3 boards. Liked what we saw from Hemsworth and Rudd this year. Edwards George didn't get a ton of highlight reel plays for Atlanta, but he was a big factor. Laterman scored 9.7, which is huge as a second-round pick. Nash and Beck were very good for Vancouver. I saw Sakura, Blitz, Cooper, Summers. Okada had a very good rookie year too. And I like it. Okada learning from Chris Paul could be a big deal. Jack Dowd was fairly good as well. Horace Hill getting minutes for a very good team like Denver. Myron Bones really picked it up in the second half for sure. Magnus Peterson didn't set the world on fire with Jacksonville. We'll see if he can do better next season. Silas Meissner, hard to get a ton of minutes, but he did average 4.9 a game. And then Jones, Rudy Hollow started to play more towards the end of the year. Cobalt Andreas getting some minutes off the bench. AQ Taylor. Pluto got some more minutes. He's just not an offensive guy, but that's explains the 1.9 per game. Okay, guys, let me know who you like right now in the playoffs here. I'm going to preview every matchup really quick. You got the Arrows in Phoenix. You guys know that we have a curse with the 1 seeds. The 8 seeds are like almost batting 500 against the 1 seeds. So kind of crazy. But that's what the XBA is all about. It's all about parity. We have Alaska, Denver. Alaska hasn't really made a ton of noise in this series since season 1 when they did win the championship. But Denver has been one of the better teams in the West all year. They slipped a little bit late, but they're still way up there as the 4 seed. Neptunes are coming in on fire. So the Dragons going to have their hands full with New Orleans' big 3 plus Juan Orgeta. Juan Orgeta is turning into a legitimate scoring threat, so you have to be careful with him. Kansas City is also one of the hottest teams in the league, so The Leopards are going to be without Yusuf Nurkic. You guys, if you remember the injury report, he's been out. He might come back towards the end of the series if he can get healthy. Wisconsin, Chicago, this game is a pick-em kind of game for me. Wisconsin adding James Harden, I think they're right on par with Chicago. Tampa Bay, Columbus, this is kind of like Columbus's make it or break it season, but Tampa Bay's made some huge strides this year, and I like Tampa Bay's roster a lot. I think they could go on a deep run. Montreal's New York, I love this game, this matchup. New York's got some more firepower, but Montreal's like really sturdy, very tough to beat. And then the Neon and the Stags. I don't know who's going to win that series at all. I feel like the Neon can take it. They got some better veterans than Toronto, but Toronto's got some leadership, and they got a deep bench as well. They got a lot of good young players in Toronto, and they parlayed that into the number 2 seed in the Eastern Conference. So you can't sleep on Toronto either. So guys, this is our playoff field. Sorry if you're a Vegas, San Diego, or Pittsburgh fan. You guys, that was close. And really, you know, every year in the XBA, there's like 10 teams in each conference that deserve to be in the playoffs. So somebody has to get left out on the outside. And Miami, again, another like shocking disappointment. I thought they would for sure be a playoff team in the East, but was not meant to be. So guys, leave a like if you like this thing, and we'll see you early next week for the first round of the playoffs. We're going to have the whole video be the first round. I'm not breaking it up into 2 parts. We're going to try to get this season over with. I did see on like the messages that they're going to shut the servers down on December 31st. So I'm hoping I'll have a backlog of a couple seasons worth of content for you guys. So it might bleed over towards the end of January, hopefully. That's kind of my goal. I want to get 2 more seasons in. It's going to be extremely sim heavy, but I want to get 2 more seasons in, and I do have a surprise for you guys at the end of the series. So you're going to get a dessert, I guess, after the main course. So thanks for sticking with us for 2 calendar years. If you're still here watching us, we appreciate it, and have a good one. Peace.